Hi, welcome to today's talk. Fast forward your RISC-V product launch using shift left ESL methodologies. Let's first talk about what is ESL. ESL terminology have been used in the industry quite widely in various contexts. It can be defined broadly as the combination of two phenomena. One is designing the complete system together, including hardware and software, instead of just focusing on the hardware design. And second is raising the abstraction of chip design above RTL. These are enabled using high-level language like C, C++, Python, or the standards like System C, UPF, IPexact, Portable Stimulus. These ESL methodologies are not supposed to replace the traditional RTL to GDS flow. Rather, it has to coexist and augment it so as to enable us to perform various operations which are not feasible in the traditional flow. So like pre-silicon firmware development, architecture exploration, high-level synthesis, or simulation at the SoC level and system level. One of the primary use case of ESL is virtual prototypes. So these are the fast executable models of your SoC and electronic systems that can run the unmodified software binary and can be used for software development, hardware software integration, architecture design and exploration. One of the primary benefit it provides compared to the hardware board is that it shortens the overall schedule of the project by enabling the early software development. It also enables the early collaboration between the hardware and software teams, thus eliminating any ambiguity in the hardware-software interface or the specs. It provides improved control and debug visibility, enables fault injection to test your system in the corner case scenarios. Any changes in the specs can be very quickly incorporated into the virtual platforms. You can run thousands of regressions in parallel, and hundreds of embedded software engineers can work in parallel. Virtual prototypes are quite widely used in the domains like automotive, storage, mobiles, and networking, and will also be quite useful for emerging domains like IoT, AI, DL, etc. Another very important use case of ESL is architecture exploration. We develop the cycle approximate or cycle accurate transaction level models of the memory subsystem, interconnects, etc. For this, we have to extend TLM 2.0 for specific bus architecture or network on chip. Thus, we get the performance models which can be used to analyze and optimize the system for latency and throughput. We can get the power consumption data from IP data sheets or the measurements from the past projects, and using UPF 3.0 we overlay this data in the System C and TLM 2.0 models. Thus, we get the power models which can be used to analyze and optimize the power consumption for the system for a certain application workloads. There is also an open source framework Gem5 which can be used for architecture exploration, and it can be combined together with the System C models. Another emerging use case is the high level synthesis. We can implement the designs using high level language like C, C++, System C, and generate the Verilog using the HLS tool. It enables up to 10 times lesser code, up to 1000 times faster simulation, and using the same input design we can generate multiple variants of the RTL targeted for different technologies or different applications. It bridges the hardware and software domain and makes the software skills and software tools available for the chip designing. Moreover, we can use the existing software implementations as the starting point for the chip design. If we see today, lots of SoC designs are happening in these domains like computer vision, audio, 5G, artificial intelligence. And in these domains, there is already lots of software implementations available either as the open source or in-house in the companies. If we can define a very robust methodology to migrate the software implementation to the chips, it can open up lots of interesting possibilities. At Circuit Sutra, we executed the pilot project in which we were able to successfully migrate the open source software implementation to the semiconductor chips using Mentor Catapult. We will further augment this flow. Using the standards enables us to create advanced ESL flows. Using the same original code as the starting point, we can refine it to make it synthesizable for HLS or wrap it in the System C and TLM to create the models for the virtual platforms. It can be further combined with the RTL simulations, FPGAs or emulations to create a truly hybrid environment which can be used to create advanced verification setups which can scale from like system level verification to the SoC level verification to the IP level verification. Further, these setups can also be used for advanced hardware software partitioning, for identifying what portion of design can go into hardware and which can run as a software on the processor. Now coming to the RISC-V ecosystem. RISC-V is a new ISA. Anyone using RISC-V must be designing a new SoC and probably a custom processor fine-tuned for a specific applications and enabling the specialized SoC architectures. In such scenarios, ESL methodologies are very important. You will always have a pressing need to have your SoC architecture fully optimized for your target applications, to be designed at the minimum cost and within timeline. One such scenario is SoC for artificial intelligence and deep learning, where there is requirement for the specialized processing. Such SoCs have generally thousands of processors with a small number of instructions, and lots of parallelism is required at the data level and instruction level so as to enable massively parallel and heterogeneous matrix multiplications. Also, there is requirement to accelerate specific neural network algorithms. Lots of innovation is done in the memory architecture as well. So memory has to be tightly coupled with thousands of processors, and there is huge bandwidth requirement for the on-chip and off-chip communication. When you are designing such SoC, you need to ensure that it works on all frameworks without software modifications like TensorFlow, PyTorch, etc. People are exploring to use RISC-V processors in the SoC for the edge devices, where the power consumption is very important. So you can imagine all the use cases of ESL are very relevant for designing such SoCs. At Circuit Sutra, we are also conceptualizing some reusable modeling infrastructure for artificial intelligence and deep learning SoCs. We are also defining ESL methodologies and reusable modeling infrastructure for RISC-V ecosystem. For virtual platform, one of the important component is the CPU model. In RISC-V ecosystem, there are various open source instruction set simulators available like Spike Simulator, Whisper from Western Digital or QEMU. There is also commercial grade simulator OVP Sim from Imperas. At Circuit Sutra, we created the System C wrapper around those ISS, which enables the usage of these ISS in the System C based flows. You can also use multiple ISS as a reference for the verification of RTL. Similarly, in the Gem5, there is a basic RISC-V CPU model available for architecture exploration. We are in the process of enhancing it. We are also defining the well-defined procedures for adding the custom instructions to these CPU models. We also developed several reference models and reference virtual platforms, which can be used by companies as a starting point to develop the models of their own SoCs. We already have a virtual platform for Sci-Fi FE310 SoC, and we are in the process of developing the virtual platform for Core-V MCU maintained by Open Hardware Group and virtual platform for Core Swerve OLF maintained by Chips Alliance. Today, everyone understands that ESL has to be integral part of the flow, but there are several challenges in the successful adoption. There are limited number of professionals in the industry with the right expertise, as it requires a very unique skills which is a combination of computer science and semiconductors. Moreover, System C is a very versatile language. Using it, you can create the models which are as fast as the real hardware or as accurate as the RTL. So just learning the language is not sufficient. You need to learn the modeling techniques for the specific use case. At Circuit Sutra, our mission is to accelerate the adoption of ESL methodologies in the industry, and accordingly we have designed our offerings. We have SoC modeling services. For that, we set up the world-class ESL project teams to work as the extension of customers' R&D teams, either remotely through the ODC setup or on-site at the customer location. We have a very robust and well-tested System C modeling IP and methodology, which can help the customers to get started quickly with their ESL projects. It includes Circuit Sutra Modeling Library, which is a Boost-like library on top of System C. We have virtual prototype quick start packages, which includes the transaction level implementation of various communication protocols. Plus, we have lots of reference models and reference virtual platforms. We also have a highly specialized training System C modeling for virtual prototyping, which is highly effective for grooming non-System C professionals to become the modeling experts. Perhaps we are the only company which is 100% focused on the ESL domain and which understands all the aspects of ESL. Thank you for attending this session today. In case of any questions, drop a mail to me or visit our booth at RISC-V Summit.